nearly everyone?
Yeah, is a capital L liberal.
Oh, what do you mean nearly? Like nearly every American?
Every American, almost all the politicians, almost every country, almost all politicians in all the countries
Are
liberals.
Liberals, capital L liberals.
Very simple.
Is Donald Trump a liberal?
Trump would probably, at this point, Reagan was a liberal, and FDR was a liberal.
So a person can be a Republican and also be...
Oh yeah, John McCain was a liberal.
John McCain was liberal.
Mitt Romney was a liberal.
Capital L liberal.
Capital L. In America, it's mostly social policy that separates people.
Yes.
Or parties.
Very much.
It's mostly social issues. Economically, strikingly similar. And that's liberalism. Just as liberalism's almost their defining feature is capitalism, leftism's defining feature is anti-capitalist. Welcome back to the United Front. I want to talk about liberalism versus leftism. What are they? What does it all mean? Why does it matter?
Yes.
And why you might find yourself surprised at where you are actually in these camps.
Yeah,
a lot of people will be shocked.
I wonder where I am.
I've talked to a lot of people and I'm like, you have no idea what you believe. Like you don't like you
have no idea what you're called.
Yeah,
I mean, you might know what you believe, but you didn't know that that's what you were called.
Yeah, you're supporting all these things, and then
that makes you and
then you go support the thing that is the antithesis to those things.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they'll think it's something else.
Okay. All
anyway,
right.
we'll get into it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, where would you like to start? I have both pulled up in just bullet points.
I prefer to start at the beginning.
1777. Do you have a preference?
No, I don't have a preference.
Okay, let's do liberal first then.
Shoot from the hip.
We'll do liberal.
Liberalism.
Liberalism, that is, because it is what all of us experience basically anywhere in the world.
Okay, and a person can be a liberal?
Capital L, liberal ideology. Almost everyone is.
Okay.
Nearly everyone.
Nearly everyone?
Yeah, is a capital L liberal.
Oh, what do you mean nearly? Like nearly every American?
Every American, almost all the politicians, almost every country, almost all politicians in all the countries
are
liberals.
Liberals, capital L liberals.
Yep. Very simple.
Is Donald Trump a liberal?
Trump would probably at this point not be.
Okay.
So he has left the orbit of liberalism.
Would like George W. Bush be a liberal?
W probably would be, yeah.
Wow, fascinating.
Yeah,
okay.
So it doesn't have to do with social conservatism or not.
Okay.
You can do either branch of social conservatism or not.
Okay.
But if you support these things on this list.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay. So what is liberalism? Capital L.
It was birthed. I want to talk about its birth.
Okay.
It was birthed out of the Age of Enlightenment.
So this is old.
Old. So it's been around since
hundreds and hundreds of years.
The American Revolution and the French Revolution are like the
and before
two
that?
homes of liberalism.
Okay.
Two slightly different approaches. But, I mean, laissez-faire capitalism, that's a French term. Laissez-faire is French, right? So these are the two homes of liberalism.
All right.
Typically, you're looking at the Bill of Rights and the Constitution are a really good embodiment of liberalism. It's kind of one of the first documents written by liberal thinkers. So anti-monarchy.
Yeah.
Generally progressive compared to the time before.
Freedom of speech,
Freedom
religion,
of speech, religion,
right to bear arms,
private property rights,
all of that.
Individualism,
Yeah.
free market, things like that. That's what you're looking at. So you're looking at capitalism, ranging from Reagan to FDR.
Okay.
You could think about those as kind of the bookends.
Okay.
Because once you start veering kind of beyond, you start to get into either on Reagan's end, like basically like a dictatorship or monarchy, and then on FDR's end, like socialism.
Okay.
So those are kind of your bookends. Reagan was a liberal, and FDR was a liberal.
Because they both believed in those
They
those
were
basic rights?
individualism, private property, free market, capitalism, all those things. Everything we all experience in the world.
Okay.
Okay?
I mean, Trump arguably could fit in a lot of what you said.
So arguably, yeah. So it's an interesting. So he is now at that line. His administration does a lot of things kind of that are liberal or aren't.
Okay.
So he's constantly oscillating.
Okay.
I think him personally just loves himself
Yeah.
and just wants to make money.
Yeah.
Which makes you a liberal. But he props up everyone around him. Like Stephen Miller is not a liberal. He is a fascist.
Okay.
Which I'm not even going to listen to people who might argue with me in the comments.
So a person can be a Republican and also be...
Oh, yeah. John McCain was a liberal.
John McCain was liberal.
Mitt Romney was a liberal.
Capital L liberal.
Capital L. So free market, deregulation, pro-capitalism, individual rights, private property rights, pro-business. That's all liberal.
Free speech.
Free speech, freedom of religion.
That's liberal.
That's liberal. Liberal. Capital
L.
Capital L liberalism.
Liberalism.
As an ideology.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to necessarily be socially progressive. Typically you are. Typically there's socially progressive in there. It's typically how it's...
You don't have to advocate for men to use ladies' room in order to be a liberal.
You'll still be a capital L liberal.
You can be full capitalist, full pro-gun, full free speech, and that also makes you liberal, capital L liberal.
I think the pinnacle 3 words is life, liberty, property, as it originally was way back in America. And then it was become life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Originally, that was from France, right?
France's is liberty, equality, fraternity.
Oh, okay. Life, liberty, property. I'm not sure of that one.
So we have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Yeah, that's in
originally it was life, liberty, property.
Oh, okay.
And the freedom to property, whatever. So that is generally the best way to look at it.
Okay. That's liberalism.
A government that kind of is a way, super pro-capitalism, free markets, individual rights. You can own as much as you want.
So the Constitution is basically an outlining document
of the pinnacle
liberalism.
of liberalism. It's kind of the pinnacle.
Okay? I didn't know that.
So it was one of the first nations that pioneered that thought.
Yeah, of course.
The French kind of started it, right? So the Age of Enlightenment, all those thinkers.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And then we kind of, as a nation, did it first. Also, representative democracy, often, things like that. So if you look at a nation, liberal. It's a liberal nation.
Wow. So just about any modern democracy.
Yeah, just about any modern democracy
would be considered
a liberal nation.
Liberalism.
Yep. Nearly every country. So pretty wide encompassing, but you already know all of this inherently.
Yeah.
If you know anything about politics.
Well, we just didn't know it was called
A lot of people argue with what brand of liberalism they support.
Okay.
There's different economists and political theory. We're not going to get into that.
Okay. This is just a general definition
General
of
definition, yeah. Yep. You can be a more government involved, a little more regulated markets liberal.
Okay.
Or you can be a more laissez-faire liberal.
Okay.
Both are liberal.
All right. So that is different than
leftism.
Okay, also different than if someone says these libs.
Yeah, not the same.
Libtards.
Not the same.
That's not in reference to capital L liberalism.
Yeah. In America, we've deluded ourselves into thinking that they're radically different. In America, it's mostly social policy that separates people.
Yes.
Or parties.
Very much.
It's mostly social issues. Economically, strikingly similar. And that's liberalism, right? So that allows for the difference of thought in social policy. So in America, when someone says you're a lib or a libtard or a liberal, they're referring to your social policy.
Okay.
Or if you're a con or a right-winger or a conservative, they're referring to your social policy in the U.S.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
So that's how that works. But
liberalism as an ideology.
So the economics, as you can notice, everyone pretty much agrees. It's all very similar. But the social capitalism is pretty much the defining feature.
Free markets,
private property rights, all that good stuff. Everything in our Constitution.
All right, I'm following now.
Okay.
It took me a minute to get with you, but now I'm with you.
Mostly, if you've seen a politician and you've heard anything about them, you've heard from a liberal before.
Well, I mean, anybody that spouts anything about constitutional anything is pretty much talking about liberalism.
Yep. Kamala Harris, super liberal, super liberalism. Joe Biden, super liberal.
George Bush, John McCain,
all liberals.
Mitt Romney.
All liberals. All the way back. Now we're going to get to what a leftist is.
Okay, so you're moving from
liberalism,
which is an ideology, and now you're about to tell me what a leftist is as a certain group of people?
Yeah, so this is a more diverse group of people.
So is this...
In terms of ideology.
Is this leftism as an ideology?
You can call it leftism.
Okay.
It's going to encompass 3 main ideologies.
Okay.
Largely agree with each other, largely achieving the same ends.
Okay. Leftist,
They're
leftism.
Anti almost everything the same.
Okay.
So we'll call it leftism.
Leftism, left in reference to leftists.
In reference to three ideologies, because liberalism has cemented itself as one thing.
Okay.
So we'll get into it.
Good.
So in the way that liberalism is pro-capitalism, pro-individualism, pro-property rights and stuff, leftism is anti-capitalist. So just as liberalism's almost their defining feature is capitalism, leftism's defining feature is anti-capitalist.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay? So that would be a socialist.
The means of which you go about this anti-capitalism, there are many ways to do it.
Okay.
Many schools of thought.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
For example?
Reform or revolution is like the big divide.
Reform the system?
Can you reform your way into a position to kind of get away from capitalism?
Okay.
Or is it only achievable via revolution? Is like been the argument since the 1850s.
Okay.
So, and people have been debating this for 170 years.
Okay.
Okay. Anti-imperialism is a big defining feature as well, whereas liberalism doesn't have much of a say, usually.
Yeah, that's not a part of the ideology.
It doesn't really care either way. An individual might, but as a school of thought, doesn't really care.
Yes, okay.
So leftism is, as a thought, anti-imperialist.
Anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist.
Yep.
Sounds almost nationalistic, almost.
Yeah, so in a sense. So it's not, so they also don't like nationalism.
Oh, okay.
It's more self-determination.
Okay.
If you could think about it. So in the same way, we don't think the British should be making decisions for our colonies, just because it's wrong to do that. Being super nationalistic also isn't good, because then it leads to America doing all the fun stuff it's done over the world. You need to let groups of people make their decisions without imposing your nation's will upon them. So it's tricky. It's complicated.
Yep,
I recognize its complication.
I'm deeply in the quagmire right now.
So I recognize the confusion with that one.
I'm trying to stay with you,
but it's okay. Maybe we need to revert back. Maybe we need to kind of scoot to the beginning a little. I jumped into this hard.
Yeah, you did.
This was born of the Industrial Revolution.
Leftism
was born of the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
So the 1820s. So 1830s, maybe earlier than that?
I was going to say later, like kind of full-on industrial revolution. I feel like it was probably like late 1800s. You know, railroads from the mid-1800s.
We had to start in Britain, because where it started was Britain.
Oh, okay.
Britain and then Germany was where all of this leftist thought started.
Okay.
It went from Britain to Germany to France.
Okay.
And then the Russian Revolution.
Okay.
And they industrialized. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, it was born of the Industrial Revolution. So a lot of thinkers at the time had seen the promises of the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and were like, we love freedom. We hate the king. We hate the monarchy. We love freedom. So they all grew up during it, experienced it in the beginning. Karl Marx being like the most famous guy, but there is a quadrillion thinkers. We can think about the three main branches.
Okay.
Because they are distinct.
All right. Well, what are they?
So we have socialism.
Okay.
Communism.
Okay.
And anarchism.
Okay.
So those are the three main schools of thought. Pretty similar. Definitely their own thing.
Yeah, but they all seem to ring anti-capitalist.
Yeah. So each, if I were to make a thing about socialism, it would look different than an anarchist.
Certainly.
But this list of leftism, all of them would have this list. They would all be anti-capitalist. Right? They would all be anti-imperial. Okay? The other key defining features is that they are radically socially progressive. Not in a we'll get around to it that liberalism can kind of do. Like there is no moving to any of these ideologies without social liberation. Like pretty famously, Thomas Sankara, part of his quote, the revolution and women's liberation go together. You cannot have one without the other.
Yes.
You cannot do it. And almost all of them think this. Almost everyone thinks this.
Yeah. I think the line goes with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, that's usually the line.
I don't think it's with
liberty and justice for rich white landowners.
Rich white landowners, yeah.
Yeah, usually is the line. So the goal, much like many liberals today would claim, is freedom and liberty and liberation for people, much like liberals claim.
Okay.
So we're kind of fighting for the same thing here.
Okay.
It's actually an interesting thing.
From a social standpoint.
From an everything standpoint.
Okay.
That's what Marx, so we'll talk about Marx more because he's like kind of the guy. Almost everyone references him at this point. He was so influential. So he defined everything as class struggle, workers, and the capital class. So business owners, people who own
the wealthy,
the landlords,
the wealthy,
investors, people who make money without doing any work. Okay. And he saw the French Revolution and he thought, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then 30, 40 years passed and he realized, oh, they're not doing anything they promised. There is no liberty, equality, or fraternity. Why? So he spent his entire life trying to understand why. And eventually he got to that it wasn't the issue, the democracy was not the problem that they had. That was the good thing that they had. It was the capitalism was the problem. When you let rich people run things, they buy elections.
Yes.
I wonder when that happened most recently.
You're talking about like unrestrained capitalism, unregulated.
Yeah. So the thing is it always decays to the rich having power, regulated or not. It always erodes to that because it's competition. So if two firms are competing, one has to win, and what happens? They get all of it. It's the nature of competition. And so his goal is freedom and liberty. That's what he cares about. But he doesn't think it can be done in liberalism, in the way that they promised it could.
In liberalism.
In liberalism. He loves liberty, equality, fraternity. All leftists love that.
And liberalism is to say capitalism.
Say capitalism. But Marx does not think it's possible to do that in that system. He says we have to do something different.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm following.
Kind of the thought of if you are free, but if you are demanded to work and own nothing and are alienated from yourself and alienated from your fellow man, and you're alone and isolated, are you free? We've talked about this before. Are you free? I don't know.
I mean, if I can live in the woods and nobody bothers me, I suppose I'm free.
I suppose, right? And to be clear, if anyone's still confused, everyone left of Bernie Sanders. If anyone's still confused. Because Bernie is a social democrat.
Yeah.
Despite what he says.
Right.
He's a social democrat. He is in line with most European countries.
He's not advocating to tear down capitalism.
Nope. He just wants to regulate it. He's like an FDR. Right? So everyone left of Bernie is usually when you start to get real leftism.
Okay.
Any questions? Any clarifications? I'm happy to answer any questions.
Well, I don't hear even somebody like Zohran Mamdani saying he wants to tear down the capitalism economic system.
Yeah, so he doesn't like capitalism. He said that live on air. So Zohran personally, if you look more of his interviews, he personally is a socialist. Like in his own personal politics, he absolutely is a socialist.
Which is to say that he doesn't think that we should even have capitalism.
We need to move away from it.
Just to understand that point a little bit better.
Please. I want to answer all your questions.
You know, the idea of we need to move away from capitalism, moving towards what? The government owns everything.
So it's
like
the
government owns all businesses.
I'll say socialism.
All commerce.
It all ends up behaving pretty similar in all three of these ideologies.
If a country is 100% socialist,
if they've socialized their economy,
100%.
Yeah, 100%
socialist.
So
meaning there is no more capitalism.
The most rudimentary way to think about it. And I'll expand a little until you're happy, because I'm happy to answer questions. I want to answer your questions, and hopefully answering your questions, viewer.
Yeah.
You can think about it is democratization of the economy. Is the most basic baby's first thought way to think about it, right? There'll be no more Jeff Bezos. There'll be no more Elon Musk.
Right.
It's not, what are they doing? It'll be mostly the economy will be a little more decentralized, but it'll look the same. Just wealth won't be hoarded. It'll be more flattened and spread evenly. So you'll have Starbucks. We work at Starbucks now. We both work at Starbucks now, in my example. Instead of the Starbucks CEO just getting to decide when our store closes or what we're doing or whatever, right? We internally make a lot more of those decisions. You'll still have your shift manager. You're still going to have your general manager. That is not going to change. Like, we're not going to vote on my pay. That's not how that works.
Would there be a CEO of the company to run the show?
There would be some person who's running the show.
I mean, it seems like there need to be somebody in charge.
Yeah, so there would still be people running the show, so to speak, right?
But the person in charge, even though they may be paid more because they might have more responsibility.
More responsibilities, but it won't be.
But they're not allowed to accumulate wealth.
No, they won't just be accumulating wealth. There won't just be shareholders or just buybacks, property or money just going to who knows where. In the same way we hold our government accountable. Same way. We all believe in this, by the way. I'm not stating anything new. It just, you bring that to where you work. In the same way. So we have democracy. That doesn't mean we don't have a president. We still got to have guys making decisions.
Yeah.
That doesn't change at all.
Yeah.
It's just, if they're doing, I don't know, horrible stuff, all right, buddy, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to get out of here. Unions kind of do this internally, where they'll have union reps, and if they're not advocating for the union, they're like, buddy, we need someone who's going to fight for us. Kind of work like that.
Okay.
Expanded on a large scale.
Okay.
Does not mean the government owning stuff, contrary to popular belief.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Does not mean the government owning stuff.
So it just means that it's owned by all the people rather than owned by a few wealthy elite. That's the ultimate point.
The ultimate point. In terms of our government, it would just be more democratic. We would have more House members, so they better represent us. Things like that. It would just be more, easy way to think about it is more democracy. Way more than we have now. And then you got to think, you might ask, what are the outcomes of that?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Very fair question.
That's what I'm trying to think through, and I just don't know.
Are you at your workplace going to vote for trying to pick the horrible people who are going to fire people randomly and take all your money, everything? Probably not. Like, I'm not going to vote for the psycho.
People will still pay taxes to a government.
Far more efficient to just pool it all into one big pool. Right? So all of these things will happen in a similar capacity that they do now, but defining features.
Yeah.
No, like landlords, you're not allowed to profit off of scarcity of homes. So no more landlords.
What about food?
Food probably would become a human right, which every country but the U.S. votes on. In Israel, sorry. Everyone thinks food's a human right. The U.S. doesn't. Actually.
Healthcare?
Probably there will also be pretty much universal healthcare.
Yep.
Right.
At least a nationalized health insurance.
At least a nationalized health insurance, yeah. So
like Medicare.
Like Medicare, yeah. Probably more comprehensive, but yeah, like Medicare. So think about it as anti-private property. Good to think about it. So you can't just own things for the sake of profit.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore.
Am I allowed to own my house?
Sure.
Okay.
For sure. You can own your house.
I can own 100 acres up in Idaho and live off the grid.
Probably not 100 acres. Maybe, I don't know. That would be up to your state or your community or whatever. But kind of the thought is like, there's not a communal toothbrush. There's not like one big toothbrush in the middle of town we all use, right? Like we all don't share one spoon. You know what I'm saying? Despite the memes. No, you can have your own home. You can have your own car. You can have your own things, right? But you can't then own 8 Airbnbs. You can't do that.
Right.
That's not allowed. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't profit off of doing no work.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
All right. I get it.
So that's the thought. And these are, if you noticed, extremely distinct and very different.
What is? Between what?
Leftism and liberalism.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
Very distinct.
Yeah. Leftism is
extraordinarily distinct.
Which is to say communism, socialism, anarchism.
Anarchism.
Yeah. That's clearly different than liberalism, which is inclusive of conservatism.
Yep. And a progressive.
It's crazy to think that liberalism is inclusive of conservatism.
Yep. It is.
That's weird.
It is weird. So liberalism doesn't have a ton to say about, so it typically involves social progress, but that is just a byproduct, not a prescriptive thing. It's a descriptive thing, right?
Okay.
Like you don't have to be socially progressive to be a liberal.
Sure.
You follow?
Yeah, right. Of course.
Bush was pretty liberal in his politics, in his economic policy.
Yeah.
Pretty liberal, right?
Yeah.
But he's probably pretty socially conservative.
I guess then there are groups of people that are leftists and subscribe to the leftism idea. Either they're communists or socialists.
Democratic socialists.
Or anarchists. And they would advocate for some system like you're describing, which is like
Yeah, I mean,
people owned, like a country owned by the people, an economy owned by the people.
the same way that all of us believe that we vote in our representatives, that's our government, this is our nation, by the people, for
Yep.
the people, right?
We do the same thing with money.
Same thing with the economy. Not any different. So everybody already believes these things.
Yeah.
It's whether you believe they go to the economy or not.
Right.
I'm being very basic for everyone, by the way.
I get it.
I hope
though.
I've been under.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
Any
got
other questions.
No, I mean, I get the gist of it. I get the gist.
I
of
hope
it.
I've been clear.
Okay, I get the gist of it. I could see why the capitalist interests, the corporate interests, the wealthy elite would be very much against leftism.
So that explains the
Hate towards Mamdani.
Yep. So that explains when you have someone who's really radical, miraculously, the social liberals and progressives miraculously unite into a single front. Interesting, isn't that?
Both Democrats and Republicans hate Mamdani.
Irregardless of anything, are attacking Mamdani. So he's participating in our system. Him personally, he's a socialist. It's pretty clear. Whether you think he's far enough or not, it doesn't matter. He's not a liberal. He's super progressive.
Yep, he's definitely progressive, and I guess I'm just wondering if, just because he personally might believe what you're describing here as leftism, where he would want to do away with capitalism, which I would say that isn't doing away with capitalism, it's just doing away with ownership.
That's the
that's like individual
kind of the defining
ownership.
feature of capitalism.
Well, but like a group of us could get together and start a business and then hire employees, and then those employees also become co-owners, and we are engaging in a capitalist venture as a group to try to make better widgets than the other widget maker down the road.
Yeah.
So our group as a collective will win in a competitive way, a capitalist competitive way, and put that group of people out of business. So then our group of people have more money.
Yeah. So you're describing a market,
Yeah.
which is not capitalism. Capitalism is the structure of enterprise. Is generally is really what it means.
It's like structure of ownership.
Structure of ownership, and then the relation to the government to that is usually the structure, right? So a capitalist enterprise, name a company. A cooperative, where we're all equal. All of us people who work here, we all participate, all equal, we all share decisions, we're democratic here. That is not a capitalist enterprise.
Even though our group is trying to make more money and put the other group that works down the street out of business, so we can have more share of
by
the
nature,
sales.
at the moment, it necessitates that behavior. So as you get further into the future of
Utopic.
some socialist,
Like a
Society.
utopic approach.
I
Where
don't even think it's utopic.
in a way, it's like we only do what's best for the group. We don't do what's best for ourselves. And so, meaning we're doing what's best for not just our group that started a company of making widgets and all employee owned and all equal, but we're also not trying to put the other group that's making widgets out of business either.
Yeah.
We want to just exist in like a cooperative, all of us.
The final form of leftist thought is from each according to ability to each according to his need. This is the final. This is final boss form. This is the end goal.
This
right?
is,
You participate as you're capable,
Yes.
and you receive as you need. A family of 10 needs the bigger house. You as a guy, love you.
Yeah.
You don't need a mansion.
Yeah.
You as a guy don't need 9 cars. The family of 1 trillion probably needs 2 or 3.
Well, yeah.
You see my point? So that's the end goal.
A more equitable distribution of resources.
Equitable distribution. That's the end. That's the end. That's far down the road.
So that's something that would be more of a sustainable long-term model for Earth.
That would be
100,000 years from now.
Yeah, that would be a humanity that thrives.
Long-term.
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 Because at the
thrives.
moment, the planet's going to roast. It is roasting.
Yeah.
But it'll be well done, and we won't be here.
We're going to destroy ourselves if we continue on the path that we're on, which is the ultimate point that you're making is...
The ultimate point of... so, to be clear, capitalism and liberalism are 1,000,000,000% better than it was before. I don't want to go live in the monarchies.
what we're doing now
today?
is better than
Oh,
it
yeah, I don't
was.
want to go back to the monarchies. I'm
Okay.
pretty happy with what we got. It's
Yeah.
a clear advancement.
Yeah.
No debate.
I'm grateful that we're here and
Very happy.
and not born a few hundred years ago.
Absolutely.
Okay? But
But the promises that were made in the revolutions all across the world, the promises the system gives us are not achievable. When the greedy and the power hoarders and the wealth hoarders, when they're allowed to just do whatever they want,
yes,
Which
to
is
rape and pillage
capitalism.
all of society.
all of society, all of the world,
Hoard all of the money, hoard all of the wealth.
All of us are to
hoard all the
suffer.
resources. We are all suffering as a result
all of us are
it.
to suffer. Some more than others, easily, but we're all to suffer.
So what do you say to people who call you a socialist? Fine?
Fine. I don't want humanity to suffer. I don't think it's a good thing.
Even though you know, I mean, we intellectually know that there is 0% chance that we could ever transition to that in our lifetime.
I'd be pretty surprised. Well,
Zero.
at the rate shit's happening, anything's really possible at this
I
point.
suppose, yeah, we could blow ourselves up and have to start from
at
zero.
this rate, anything's possible. I would be really surprised if some revolution of some kind happens in my lifetime. In this country, I'll be very specific about
Yeah.
that. I would not be stunned if it happens elsewhere. I would not be that shocked.
Okay.
Like, as global warming gets worse and the water wars start,
All right.
I would not be surprised if revolutions can happen all over. The U.S. will probably be like
Okay.
the final stand
Yeah.
of our current system. They'll all flock here,
Yeah, yeah.
and it will be the final resting place of the current system.
So I guess the take home that I'm getting from this is that to use the word liberal and libtard it's just misleading. It's not actually
It's misleading. It's
not
American
actually what it
stupid dunking stuff. It's not.
like. It's not actually what the word means. And so if somebody calls me a liberal, you're a liberal also, but
Yeah.
you just don't know that you
Yeah,
are
you're-
because you don't understand the definition of liberal.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, that to me is a take-home message.
It's an attack on your social policy belief 99% of the time.
Got it.
Okay? That's 99% of the time the attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, whether you support Bernie or
Bush.
both of you are not abandoning the capital system. Neither of you are abandoning private property rights. Neither of you are abandoning anything else. All the same.
Bill of Rights, constitutional things.
Different, barriers on what you can do,
Sure.
but you haven't got rid of anything. The system's still there.
The system
Everything's
is,
still the same.
for the most part, fully intact.
It's just, where do you want the barriers?
Yeah.
Where do you want the guardrails?
Or do you want the line in the sand on how much
Almost everyone you speak to is, where is the line in the sand?
we redistribute wealth?
And the sand exists still. You have to leave the beach to
Yeah.
leave capitalism.
Right, to be a
None of
different-
them are left the beach.
Yeah.
They're all still in the sand, playing in the
Gotcha.
sand.
Yeah,
Okay?
gotcha. Yeah, they're trying to move the line in the sand back and forth.
And I'm like, how about
but
you
we're
just get off the beach?
we're all still playing the same game.
Yeah, still playing the same game.
That was a fascinating deep dive
Thank you.
into the difference between liberal and I mean I did learn something. I did learn better and understand better the definition of liberalism.
I would like to kind of a final take-home message. I said it
okay.
again, but I want to say it again. I want to be very clear about it.
Well, maybe we can use that as an intro bumper. So let's
Yeah.
say it loud and say it proud.
Most leftists have the same hopes and dreams that many liberals do. And I mean voters. The politicians are all evil, so we're not talking about that.
Bought and paid for.
Bought and paid for, they're all sold their souls.
Yep.
What about the most normal people?
Nearly all, yeah.
Nearly all, right? Liberty, freedom, some kind of equality, prosperity, happiness. We all want these things. It is of the belief of a leftist that by nature of the system, it won't allow for that.
Because the wealthy have too much.
The wealthy have too much. The system, by nature,
Yeah.
makes monopoly.
Yeah.
And through that, the rich they want power.
And the 200 million Americans living paycheck to paycheck probably can understand that that there's really not much that they can do to get some sort of a leg up, to really try to.
I mean, think about it. FDR really did a number on the greed. Now where are we? We're kind of back to where we were.
Yeah, back to where we were.
Right? So you can absolutely make things better for a time. Easy. No debate. That's pretty evidently clear.
Yep, we've done it before.
But by nature of the system,
It gets chipped
where do
away,
you
eroded
go?
away, and
Because the rich want to get richer.
Yep.
And they want more power. And to get richer, they need more power, which makes them richer, which means they get more power, which makes them richer. And it's a never ending.
Truly is.
It's a never ending. That can't happen when you have
Billionaires.
200, 300, 400, 500, billionaire, and there's 100 of them, whatever. It doesn't allow for it.
There's thousands of billionaires.
Thousands of billionaires, so much money. I'm sure there's trillionaires. We just don't know it yet. They're paying to stay hidden.
Probably some.
Probably, right? So by nature of the system, it doesn't allow for those things to stay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can have them for a time, but eventually they erode.
Wow.
Just like
It's true.
we fought so hard for children to not work because it's maybe not ethical. And now child labor laws are being repealed all over the nation.
Not going to be long.
Women's rights are being repealed everywhere, right?
Yep.
We make even social progress.
Yep.
Also gets reverted.
Yep.
Just the same.
You're seeing people saying that women shouldn't be allowed to vote. Like you're starting to see that again.
You're seeing it all the same.
Yeah, that erosion of what what we've worked towards.
Of what we all fought for, all of us before fought for.
Now we're losing it again.
Now we're losing it again. By nature, the system does this. It allows for many good things, but it never allows us to have what we all believe in our hearts. And so I say, just as it is scary and uncertain to imagine a future that doesn't look like this, because I would say it's pretty hard to imagine, imagine how the revolutionaries thought leaving the monarchy. The monarchies had been around for, little known fact, way longer than liberalism's been around.
Of course.
Several thousand years.
Yes, many.
So they were leaving basically what humanity had been done since we've been writing down anything.
Yeah.
And they were going to leave that system. Imagine how they felt. They had no clue. Certainly they were uncertain. I imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine otherwise.
Yeah,
Humanity has known kings forever, and they said no more. And they had to build something from scratch, new, and they had smart people, but at the end of the day,
I know,
they were walking into a forest blind.
It just feels like life was so much simpler back then, and the world is now so complicated.
I think there are drawbacks and benefits to both.
I think about my phone. And in order for my phone to work, I need Verizon to maintain the infrastructure and maintain the towers and all that stuff. And they make a fortune. They make billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, and it goes to the shareholders. I think to myself, if we tear down a system like that, or we try to put something else in place, all of a sudden now all the employees are forced to own Verizon. And so what kind of a transition could possibly happen where it would be smooth enough to maintain continuity of everything that we have in our life?
That is a terrific question.
I think it's the barrier, or it starts to dabble into anarchy.
A very valid barrier.
I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how anybody could predict what something like that would look like.
Kind of impossible.
Yeah, it is impossible.
Because the moment any real change starts, plane goes out the window. Anything could happen at any moment.
It's just such a complicated world now, as opposed to the Revolutionary era.
It's a very complicated world.
It's so much more complex. Things are so much more complex.
Unjust and unequal than it's ever been.
Yeah. There'd be so much waste that would happen. If all of a sudden there weren't any billionaires, then there's all of a sudden so many resources that just sit there and, like there's a lot of yachts and private jets and things that will just sit and rot and, and we give away all of these resources that we've accumulated over time. So it's so complicated. It's
very complicated.
Like, it's hard to imagine. Imagine what a constitution would look like if we had to rewrite it in this day and age.
It would look wholly different.
The 800-page big, beautiful bill would look like a Post-it note compared to the Constitution that we would have to write.
It would look
in the modern world.
Very different. Yeah, as terrifying and as unknown as that future is, what we're doing now is not sustainable. Leading to death all over the world, suffering all over the world. Look to Gaza. That's a big part of it. And so clearly we can't do this. And the planet's going to burn to a crisp here in a minute. We got like a year until the oceans boil or something. I don't know. So what's to be done?
I actually feel overwhelmed now.
It is a little overwhelming.
Now I feel overwhelmed.
But I hope everybody learned something.
I mean, I feel a little more educated. Anybody that made it all the way to the end.
Thank you. First of all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Right. Yep. drop a little 100 in the
Yeah.
comments, and I'm going to draw a name out of a hat, and I'm going to give somebody a $100 gift card for making it all the way to the end.
Jesus, there we go. Any questions, please ask. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I feel spent.
There are no stupid questions in the comments of this video.